Hey, what's up everyone, this is Skulm, and in today's video, we're going to have an early look at Diablo 4's different Barbarian builds without going into too much detail. Since we are limited to reach level 25 on beta, we'll explore how the Barbarian can play different builds to get a good start of the game. Please be advised that the information in this video is obtained during the beta phase and everything is subject to change. Subscribe to my channel and make sure to join my Discord to keep up to date with latest builds and strats. Diablo 4 beta left a positive impact on me despite some weird bugs. Overall, I really like the combat system, the ambience and the story. I do have a problem with mundane dungeon objective system and some legendary interactions, but that is a discussion for another video. I started the game as a barbarian and immediately loved the customization options. The customization options really help you to immerse yourself in D4. With my barbarian, I started using Flay as my primary builder. Flay applies a bleeding effect which can also do AoE bleed with slashing. Therefore, I pressed my mouse scroll button to swap between preferred weapon types for Flay. Slashing on Flay was my primary choice because it allows me to apply bleed to multiple targets. When I reached level 4, I immediately picked up Whirlwind and loved it. I personally think the Whirlwind build will be a late bloomer and it has great potential. I did complete the story by playing the Whirlwind build, but as I said, I think it needs proper legendary synergy and a little bit more skill point investment. It definitely has potential to become a well-rounded endgame build. The crit legendary as well as the tornado one caught my eye for the Whirlwind build. After playing the Whirlwind build on the first day, I wanted to create a build that can do great boss damage. This is when I theory crafted a rand bleed build for myself. You can check my streams under the live section of my YouTube channel. The bleed build deals heavy bleed damage which applies over time. You can stack those bleeds and more importantly, you can use certain legendaries to make your bleeds apply a portion of their damage as instant damage. The anemia legendary also makes your bleeds help stun targets through direct damage, which then synergizes further with other skills and legendaries, especially the Skullbreaker. My two favorite legendaries for the bleed build are the Skullbreaker and anemia legendaries due to their great synergy. I also think the bleed build has a great potential to be a strong endgame build due to the fact that gushing wounds exists as a capstone talent. I also made sure to test the popular and crowd favorite Upheaval Build. While it sometimes requires a little bit build up, Upheaval Build provides great burst damage, both for single target and AoE fights. Combining Upheaval with Enhanced Warcry can grant you Berserking, which increases damage by 20%. This allows you to land massive hits with Upheaval. My problem with the build was its resource build-up requirements and risk factor. Playing the Upheaval build in tough boss fights may be hard because you may need to avoid certain mechanics, which may disrupt your DPS rotation and delay build-ups. I still think it is a decent build and it looks like lots of Barbarian players are liking it. I personally prefer my bleed build because it offers great single target damage, defensive capability as well as decent AoE. While you can greatly enhance the bleed build with legendaries, the build does not necessarily rely on them and it mainly operates through its skill point allocation, which is a great plus for me. Also, applying your bleed is easier and you can spam it, especially if you took Supreme Call of the Ancients. The bleed build can also kite better, which is an advantage for butcher fights. I have killed a butcher with two different barbarian builds and the first one was the bleed build, which required fair amount of kiting around the pillar. The second butcher build was found by my teammate and it focuses on thorns damage whilst being tanky. The build takes Combat Frenzy, Max Outburst, Max Tough as Nails, Strategic Challenging Shout, and Tactical Iron Skin for maximum survivability and thorns damage. Having a charge also helps you break free of any CC due to Unstoppable buff. With this tanky build, focusing on legendaries that grant Fortified helps you further reduce damage taken by 10%. Thorns damage is calculated separately, so you don't have to worry about having DR effects on you. You can see my friend face tanking the butcher while I kill him with my Hydra sorceress. To sum up, we have covered 3 different Barbarian builds that offer great advantages. The Whirlwind provides great AoE, but it may need some legendary support for damage profile, whereas the Bleed build can provide more sustained damage whilst kiting and dodging. The Upheaval build provides big numbers on the screen, and it does feel great to have such a high burst. I think playing at least 2 Barbarian builds will grant you an advantage, because you can shape your build around the legendary items you found. Also, don't forget to claim Altars of Lilith to permanently power up your character. Thank you very much for watching my video until the end. I always appreciate your support. I will be covering more Diablo 4 builds in the future, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and join my Discord for cutting edge build discussions. See you in the next video.